Hey everybody, happy Monday, top 5 decks of the week, and we only have 5 more days left of this season. Let's just get right into it. I got some cool decks. I have picked 5, and some of these are super cheap, so if you don't have a lot of dust whatsoever, this is the place to go. This is through bronze through gold. Nothing crazy, but I am going to talk about Legend after I talk about these 5 decks. So looking at the win rates, Hunter, Paladin, and Warlock are the top. Priest, Demon Hunter, and Mage are all the way up on the bottom. Druid is a little washy. It's going back and forth, and I think that over time, Druid will become more popular again. I will show you a couple reasons why. Let's get into the decks, though. So the first one I have, and this is the most expensive one, this is Arcane Hunter. It is 7,320 dust with a 74.6% win rate. It is popular. It's just keep on getting popular, especially since, like the last 10 days or so, it went way up. So Hunter's been crazy for the past couple of weeks here, especially with Titans launching. It's been dominating the meta, and this is just the Arcane package, and it's just using the Arcane spells. Arcane Shot, Costume Singer, it's even at 1-1, it's still being played massively. So if you don't have this one, absolutely craft it. Astalor, we're never going to see this go away until it's like completely banned off of standard. It's just an overpowered value-wise, and it's in almost every deck that I'm seeing right now on the ladder. Conjured Arrow. So again, this is just an Arcane Hunter package. Board consistency is key, and then using your arcane spells and Agrimar, it's a no-brainer. This one's, like I said, it's a 74.6% win rate, bronze through gold. It's very good. Next one, Mech Rogue, and Mech Rogue is 6,760 dust with a 71% win rate. And Mech Rogue, I love this deck. The problem is I'm not that great at this deck, and it's just very swingy. But in bronze through gold, it's not so swingy. It's very consistent in these ranks, so you should have no problems. I've talked about it many times before, but it's a mech package. One of the things I want to remind everybody, Mimiron the Mastermind does not go out turn 3 or turn 2 with a coin. Don't do it. You need to keep this after turn 5, turn 6, or what have you. Spider is a super awesome card. I love this card. It allows you to start building board presence, and you have that stealth depending on what your opponent is playing. You leave this on the board, and it's just able to roll the next turn. So give this one a shot. Absolutely. I've mentioned it before. The next one, and now we're getting into the super cheap, super value, Treant Druid. And this is why I said Druid is going to be more dominant upcoming. This is 1,480 dust with a 69.2% win rate. It is just Treant Druid. You don't have any legendary cards in here. You're working to get your cultivation up. You're working to keep your treants going, and then you're just slamming in the face with treants. Plot of Sin is pretty popular in this one. Same with Mark of the Wild to give a minion taunt +2/+3. It is not very high up on anything after gold, so remember, most of these decks are going to last you until you hit gold, but once you start hitting gold 9, gold 8, you're going to have some trouble with some of these. But there is some refinement for Druid as an entire class right now to get it up past the 49% win rate. Next one, Mech Paladin. I like this one. Paladin's very high right now on the ladder, and it's through the more expensive, like Pure Paladin or what have you. But this one's a cheap dust Paladin. It's 5,640 dust with a 71.1% win rate, and this is just a Paladin comp. And I've talked about this many times before now. It's just still popular. It's still viable, and Paladin is pretty high on the win rates across the board. The only thing it's really losing to is Priest, and you don't see a lot of that. And it's even it's a 60% win rate. This is just super high win rate against every single one of them. So definitely, if you have some of these cards, and a lot of these cards are old. Not many of them are super brand new. The one thing Magatha Bane of Music, draw 5 cards, give any spells drawn to your opponent. There's not a lot of spells in here because it's mech. If you do not have this card, you can go ahead and maybe throw another mech in and most likely be okay, or something else just to balance it out. So don't think this is an absolute you need to have. It's just very, very helpful for card draw. So keep that cheap that way. Last one of the 5 is Unholy Death Knight. And Unholy Death Knight, this deck is 0 crafting. All of these cards should be in your decks, in your hands already, and this is just an unholy archetype where you're throwing, corpses in with the Plagued Grain to grab the 2/2 undeads. Skeletal Sidekick, Battlefield Necromancer. The highest minion right now in here is 9 Stitch Giant, the 9 mana. But the thing is it's going to be super less because of how many corpses you're generating. And then Lord Merogar is able to just put a very strong board on at the end of the game, at the end of the turns, because of all the corpse synergies you've been building with this deck. So that's it for those 5 decks. The next thing I wanted to go over is once you've hit gold and once you're already starting to move through, like I said, these decks might not help you right now. If we look at the legend rankings right now, Arcane Hunter, Thaddeus Warlock, Hound Hunter, nothing is surprising here. Mech Rogue will get you there, but it's a lot more swingy when you get higher up on the ranks. Unholy Death Knight, there's some tweaks to be made with this deck. Once you pass gold, you'll have to start spending a little bit of dust on crafting some better cards. And then there's Drum Druid, Pure Paladin. So it's not that the archetypes are bad here. When you get past gold, it's just you're gonna have to start putting more tech cards in that obviously cost more dust. Don't forget, HS Replay has a sale right now. It's a premium sale up until I think it's September 3rd. It's a very good service. I use it myself. I know many other people use this, and it's just super awesome to be able to get all of these stats. But of course, if you need stats and you need this information, I do this each and every week, as well as the weekly news, and then I throw up other videos as I can when the news is important and relevant. So thanks a lot, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.